guys, welcome back to Portable Entrepreneur. Today I want to share with you 5 ways that you can go about monetizing an income site without actually having to sell products or services. I know this is a huge barrier to entry, or at least what a lot of people feel like is a huge barrier to entry. Having to create a site, to get it noticed, to start getting traffic in, and then be able to actually provide a product or service. Now, typically you're going to hear me say that the fastest way to make money, or at least a good amount of money, is to be able to provide a service. But when it comes to having an income site, a lot of us already have our own income coming in, and we want these income sites to be something that we can grow over time, that turn into an asset for ourselves, that can create some monthly cash flow for us. So we aren't really wanting to necessarily always sell products and services. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at 5 of the ways that you can monetize these websites. But I want you to know that really the truth, or very realistically what's going to be happening with these sites, is that the ones that are the best income sites, or the ones that are most profitable, the ones that are going to be most interesting to people who want to buy these income sites, whether you're the one who wants to buy a site or you are the one who wants to sell an income site, is the sites that have more than one income stream. So as we look at these ideas, these may be ideas that you want to pull from as you are creating your own monetization plan. If I am creating a site from scratch, I never spend the time creating the site, attracting traffic and an audience to the site, and then saying, how am I going to monetize this site? I have that plan from the beginning. So I always want to look at a number of ways that this site can be monetized. So if something were to happen to one income source, we have another, or if one is higher, the other is lower, it all will just somewhat balance out there. So as I am at the point where I am ready to start monetizing the site, even though I have a plan for multiple sources of income, I'm going to start with just one, because that is how we can just keep things simple to start testing offers out and slowly build up from there. But the same thing if I'm looking to acquire an existing site, I'm looking for how they are monetizing the website. Now, some they look very attractive when they are monetizing through different sources, just as I mentioned, but at the same time, it can also be a fantastic opportunity to find a site that is doing well in terms of traffic, in terms of SEO, for example. It has some income coming in, and you realize that they've only used one monetization strategy, and that simply by adding in a second or even third strategy, you could really instantly increase the revenue to the site. So that can be a way for you to get a really good deal on a site that will very quickly generate you even more revenue than it is at this moment. But all right, enough about that. Let's talk about these strategies. So the first one is to sell indirect ads. Now, the reason I say indirect is because you can actually actively start working with advertisers. And well, usually when we're looking to not sell products and services, then we don't typically want to be as active. So this is where we can start looking for ad marketplaces that allow you to reserve a space on your website, and then people find your website through the actual marketplace and can request to put their ad on the site, and everything happens through the website. There's no separate emails, there's no getting on a call or anything like that. Now, there are also different ad networks that will automatically place the ads on the website. And if you think about some of the common ones like Google AdSense that everybody is very familiar with, that is a very common one to go with, but not always the one that tends to pay the best. Now, the second way to monetize a site is by accepting sponsored content. Now, this is content that someone actually pays you to put either on your site, or this can even happen within an email or even in a video. So they are paying to get in front of your audience, so that way they don't have to attract that audience or find a way to be able to access them, and they can go straight to the source. You are already in front of them, and they can just pay to be put in front of them. So of course, we want to make sure that it aligns with the actual audience. It's going to make sense for them, because we do want to provide a good value, a good experience to the site visitors or our email subscribers. And at the same time, we do want to get those advertisers who are working directly with us a good return on their investment as well. Now, the third option is a pay-per-call strategy. So this is a form of lead generation. And what this allows you to do is you attract an audience to your website. A lot of times this is done with SEO. And then as the audience comes in, they are of course a very targeted audience about a particular topic. And you have companies who are willing to pay you every time someone from your audience places a call. And so that is what you are doing. You are putting someone else's phone number on your website, generating those leads for them, and then they pay you with each of those calls. The fourth way to monetize the website is through a community. This is actually, if you're thinking about it, bringing people together. So if you have different people together, so let's say in the case of a marketplace, that's the one we tend to think of. If you have an eBay, what are you doing? You are bringing people together. You are bringing buyers and you are bringing sellers together. But in a community, this is where you are typically bringing together either two different people that need to match up, or this is some of the same people who have the same interest, who have the same goal, and you are bringing them together within a community. And because everyone is close and the value that can be provided within that content, within that community or forum cannot be found elsewhere, that is when you are able to monetize that community as well, which doesn't require necessarily any direct interaction on your part. Now, the final source that we're going to talk about is affiliate offers. And this is one of the most common ones. And I'm sure you've already heard about this before, but essentially this is where you receive a commission anytime you refer a customer to another company and they make a purchase. But we think of this also just in placing links on a website, but it can work really, really well when you have an email list as well. And you can be able to better demonstrate the value of this offer. But just like I talked about earlier, it is very, very important to make sure that the offer that you are putting out there is not only going to make sense for your audience, it's going to be something that they appreciate and can benefit from, but it's also going to get a good return there for the companies that you are promoting as well. The more that they're seeing results on your end, the better deals you're going to end up getting, the more they're really willing to work with you, and you'll start to see more results in that way. So there you go. Those are just 5 of the ways that you can monetize an income source. As I mentioned, definitely think about how it is that you want to monetize your site. How can you monetize your site using 2 or even 3 different income sources? Best of all, which of these sources are going to be something that can continue to generate revenue for you without you having to so actively provide products or active services that you have to be able to manage in order to generate revenue from the website. This makes these income sites really good side hustles or website assets that you are building. And of course, there are several other ways to be able to monetize an income site, but these are some of the easiest ways to really get in there and see a quick win so you can just start generating some revenue. All right, go have yourself a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.